What's going on, guys? It is Ian and Victoria here from RadioActive, and today we are joined by Corey Harper from Bleed Black. How are you doing today, Corey?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
Fantastic. Ian and I are both excited to have you officially on the podcast because I know Ian did a little interview with you back in the spring, I think that was.
Correct.
So,
Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
yeah, it's gonna be good. Ian, you want to start things off?
Sure, yeah, man. So we understand that you kind of are going through a transition with the group right now. Bleed Black is currently seeking a new drummer. Haven't quite made the pick yet. How has that kind of impacted you and your band?
Yeah, so it's kind of slowed progress down with like music making, live shows, as it would, losing a drummer. Like that's bound to happen. So it kind of sucks a little bit because we were gaining some momentum, and then some controversy happened, and then we had to part ways. And so, yeah, I mean, no bad blood on anyone's behalf, but things are looking up. We have a couple prospects. Things are moving along, despite everything. So
That's huge.
So yeah.
That's huge. Do you find that you have a very dedicated fan base? Do you find that people are still like rooting for you guys?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, there's definitely a good chunk of people, a lot of bands that still support us, and through the controversy and stuff. But we're really happy to have everybody on board, that we have, and dedicated fan base and all. And so, yeah, we're excited. Just keep pushing, and we're looking to record some new stuff here soon. So we're just looking forward to keeping the ball rolling,
Mhm.
So yeah.
Let's go, brother.
A popular topic we were talking about today was, just like songwriting and where songs kind of start. For you
Mhm.
guys, what do you find kind of you start with when you start writing a song? Is it like guitar riffs? Is there lyrics? Like kind of what
Yeah.
starts it?
So typically, that's a good question. Scotty is usually the one that he'll come up with the riff, and then we'll build upon that. And then typically from there, we'll have Landon see where he can fit in with his solos and his technical style. And then it goes drums. And then I'm pretty much the last one. So like typically how the way we do it is we'll get the song down, and we'll make sure we revise it as much as possible until we're like set and ready. Then we'll record it as a very, very rough draft, just set our phones down, as cheap as it can be. And then I'll basically take that recording from like an email that Scotty sends me, and I'll listen to it, and I'll sit there and rewind it for hours and just kind of write lyrics to fit the syllables and the chorus and stuff. And so I'm like the last one on the boat to hop on, and then we practice at the next practice. And that's how that writing process goes.
And I'm curious, Corey, are there any, obstacles that you find whenever you're trying to get in the zone and like really just hone in and put something together? Is there anything that really just trips you up?
Yeah, man. So that's a good question. When we're practicing and we're trying to get the instrumental down, I typically like to write so I can like rewind it and have the footage and stuff in the song at home after it's all completely finished. But I still try to like maybe improv some stuff when they're doing the instrumental, and that's I don't know why, but I can't seem to do that like on the fly. I have to keep rewinding it and like really studying it. So that's not my strong suit, but that's an obstacle right there. And then when it comes to writing, sometimes I mean I have pretty bad ADHD, so like I've been diagnosed, so it's kind of hard to stay focused and lock in. So I actually got a new desk on Facebook Marketplace not too long ago, and a whole like office space in my room, and so that's kind of really helped out, like helped me focus, because when I sit there, it's like writing time, so it's helped me with that a lot. So
That's good. That's good. Are you somebody who locks away your phone and puts away like all of the distractible, kind of hurdles, if you will?
no, but I should. I definitely should.
Yeah. That's a good thing about like doing solo recording at my little studio. Put my headphones in, my phone goes over here, and if it goes off, I don't
Mhm.
hear it. It's just you got to stay in your own little zone, or else too many
Yeah, zoning
distractions.
it for sure. Yeah, that's what I need to do.
For you guys, when you're writing, like what are some like really important elements that you put into your music or feel like things that you need to put in there that make a good song?
So typically a good starting point for us is our song Guilt, which was written back when Scotty was the vocalist. So this is like the classic Bleed Black song. Like a lot of people, like OG fans, they know about that song. And we kind of build on that. Not like we don't like replicate the song itself, but we'll take like the sort of energy and vibe of it and we'll kind of match that with our other songs, whether they're a little different, way different. But that's kind of like we have one song, which is that song Guilt. We like use as a reference, point of reference of like, hey, this is our sound, and we've been getting heavier, so we still have that idea of guilt when we write the heavier stuff. We just make it heavier. So that's kind of what we do with that.
And then we touched base on this today with Frank and Marcus, and then I touched base on this with my really good friend Billy, who you actually met last month, the gentleman with the dreads.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I had a good few conversations with him. Yeah, he's a good guy.
So we really we live in an age where AI and Chat GPT are kind of dominating,
Unfortunately,
the digital world right now. And with that in mind, is as somebody who dedicates hours of their time to making art like music, lyrics, things of that nature. I'm
right.
curious, Corey, is it at all infuriating to see bands generated from AI and Chat GPT, whereas you are a human being who is trying to do the same thing and transcend basic expectations, really?
Yeah, so I think it's really dependent, in my own personal opinion, on what type of art it is. Like, for example, like I don't know, just recently I reached out to someone on Fiverr for a band logo, and I paid some money for that for a commission, and I actually used AI to create an image originally, and so I used that as a reference. And so I think that's cool to get ideas from AI, but to have like a set like this is our AI name, it's like some people do that, and that's cool. I just personally I would not like the idea of having that. I don't know. I feel like it's a little too easy, and it kind of takes away from your own creative freedom on that object, And I think Gideon also agrees with me on that, our bassist and stuff, but yeah, I like to stray away from having the end result be AI, but I think it's good to present ideas to you.
Sure.
So I think it's helpful, but
Yeah.
not necessary at all.
I mean, I know Ian and I were saying like with Frank and Marcus, we are talking like about this, and we had said for music specifically, like you can make all the AI songs you want, but at the end of the day, you're gonna be missing out on that human emotion that was put into that song, right? Like it's just not as personal as when you have a human write it. That makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. You
Yeah.
can almost tell sometimes too when
Yeah.
stuff is AI written, and it's scary to think that it could reach a point to where it can almost mimic human nature, and then it could get indistinguishable. That's the scary part about it, for
Mhm.
sure.
But yeah, going back to just your got the band Bleed Black. What kind of inspirations do you guys take from other bands? Who do you kind of listen to and pull inspiration from?
So as far as the riffs and stuff goes, that's all I think. Left to Suffer, Cannibal Corpse. There's quite a few others that they take influence over. It's like the brutal death scene, like the old classic stuff. That's kind of what they take influence in. I take influence vocally through a lot of like more so deathcore. I think there's like a lot more room for like creativity within that sort of space. Um, and so I kind of pull a lot from that, and that's also what I've grown up on. So vocally, that's that. So I guess we all have our own influences. I mean, Landon, the lead guitarist, he's the soloist. He has influence with like Ghost and like that sort of space. And then Gideon on bass, he has more of like the hardcore scene sort of influence. And Scotty, like I just said, with like the classic brutal death. And so we all have our own like sort of influences, but they don't like clash necessarily. We'll talk trash on each other's music taste sometimes. I feel like that's normal. We're just kind of giving each other shit. But at the end of the day, we all come together to make our own unique sound. I think that's actually pretty cool.
Do you think you and the band as a whole have like a shared interest in touring with a specific artist in the foreseeable future? It could be, local, could be somebody big.
No, I can't say that I don't think we do. Not like a one in particular. I think our music taste is kind of different, but I mean, I'm sure if like it came up to where like one of our favorite artists asked us to tour or something, like we would be, even if we didn't like them necessarily, we'd still do it for the other person in the band. You know what I mean? But I don't think there's like a specific person or genre we would do that for. But but yeah,
For
it's just
you, who
different.
would you like to tour with?
Who would I like to tour with? My favorite band as of right now is Make Them Suffer. So, the lead vocalist, Sean Harmonist, I've met in Chicago. I talked to him here and there. He's a really good dude, a really talented vocalist. He's doing some pretty big stuff. He's headlining shows. He has headlined many shows. The whole band is extremely talented. Um, I'd say Soulkeeper. I actually found this band through an Instagram ad, and I found a lot of cool bands through Instagram ads, and found them about 5 or 6 months ago, and they're on the come up right now, and they're super inspiring. They're probably tied right now with Make Them Suffer as far as favorite bands go. So I'd say Make Them Suffer and Soulkeeper for sure.
So do you think this is kind of a spur of the moment question, but it just kind of occurred to me. Do you think St. Louis in particular, St. Louis, Missouri as a city is kind of a hive for musical talent, especially with like up and coming bands?
Yeah, so it would be hard for me to answer that personally, only due to the fact that I've traveled here and there, but I haven't seen too much of the music scene like around the US. So it's hard to compare if I haven't like seen as much. But if I were able to compare, I'd be able to, give you a more confident answer. But as far as the music scene like goes here, like anecdotally, I appreciate, I like it. I think it's pretty big. I mean, that's just my limited view of it though. But I
Sure.
appreciate all the local bands we play with and stuff. I think there's a lot of talent, a lot of talented individuals as well, not even just bands. So, and I'm blessed to be able to work with a lot of them. So,
Oh, it's huge. That's huge.
Hmm. You guys get a lot of
um,
good concerts that roll through there too. So I feel like just music as a whole there is like a kind of a staple thing.
yeah, it's either here or Chicago. Is a lot of the time what people will do touring wise, and when you see one of your favorite bands come through and on like a U.S. tour and they go through Chicago and not St. Louis, you're like, why I oughta?
Right.
You're a
No.
little disappointed. You're like, come on, dude.
Or Kansas City. I mean, Kansas City is
Yeah, that
a
one
good
too.
one too.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I mean, there's some sort of cruel irony in that, I feel like, because St. Louis and Chicago, yeah, they may be picturesque to some people, but if you are kind of an outsider, it can be kind of a dangerous place to be, Chicago and St. Louis, especially like late at night and you don't have anybody with you.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like a big reason why bands don't choose to come here. And I mean, I don't know their intentions obviously, but that'd be my assumption of
Yeah.
why maybe they skip out on us sometimes. But
Well, I mean, dude, Sauget, Illinois,
yeah,
Pops,
yeah.
that's not a very pleasant place to be.
It's not. It's not always bad, but it definitely is worse than a lot of other areas
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
What do you think? Should we got to segue into some fun questions? What do you think?
I think so.
All right. So, what do you think is an underrated ice cream flavor, and why do you think this?
um, I'm gonna say chocolate only because the people in my life recently have been talking a lot of trash on chocolate ice cream, and I'm not a fan of that.
Chocolate ice cream is so good.
I've heard a lot of, I don't know, just I don't. I mean, I don't know if it's like generally like conceived as like a good like flavor, but like lately in my life, people I've been around lately have just been like talking trash on it. So to me, they're making. To me, it seems like it's like pretty underrated. Like as far as they're kind of describing, I love it though. I stand by it.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Okay,
But
Ian, I'm gonna ask the one that Galen asked you the other night about the fast food places. Uh, top three favorite fast food places.
I would say. See, I want to say Canes, but I know that because it's like you're influencing me to say that. Just being right next to you because I know how much you love Canes.
I love
I do
Canes
love Canes.
so much.
I think they're definitely up there. Chick-fil-A, their food is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Let me think of another one. I want to say Whataburger, but I don't want to stick with that one. Although it's pretty good. There's not really a Whataburger around us
No, there's not.
at
Wait,
all.
Didn't Galen say like these are the only three fast food places you can eat for the rest of your life?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Yeah,
So
this is you're choosing these three as like your do or die. This is the only places I can eat at for the rest of my life. The rest
See,
you're
that's the thing.
banned from.
I like to eat from home and stuff. I try, not that I am 100%, but I try to eat healthier. So it's like a lot of fast food places, especially around here, are just trash. And so I don't know. So it's a hard question because if I could choose to not eat fast food at all, I'd probably do that. But I mean, I'd say Crazy Bowls and Wraps, although that's more of a restaurant. That's not really like a drive-through
yeah,
sort of, But if I could pick that and that was an option, I'd pick Crazy Bowls, kind of a healthier option. Penn Station, actually, I think that maybe is considered fast food, although it's also kind of a restaurant. I'd say Penn Station, Crazy Bowls, and Chick-fil-A.
huge.
Final answers right there.
Love it. It is a spooky season question, Corey. This is what we're gonna go
Love
ahead
that.
and end with before we get the signature radioactive question. So, if you and your band were in a horror movie, right?
Mhm.
Like a slasher movie with a with a dude with a chainsaw running around. There are four people in your group now, right?
As of right now, yeah.
Okay, if there were four people in your group, who do you think would be the first to go, and who would be the sole survivor, and why do you think this?
Hmm, that's a good question. I'm trying to think of like who the least athletic one is. um, See, I was gonna say Gideon, but he's not that unathletic at all. Scotty, he boxes. He's got pretty good cardio. I feel like, and he's kind of like a bigger set dude. I feel like he'd be able to handle himself. Uh, I want to say Landon. Like we give Landon a lot of shit, but I think Landon just because like I don't know. I've never ran with him before. I've never seen him run. I feel like he just kind of I don't know chooses to not be. He is a really like I don't know. His job is very like demanding. So he is I mean, he's strong in that regard, but I just feel like running wise, I don't know. I got a lot of doubt in his running abilities for whatever reason. I think it'd be Landon.
So you think he'd be the sole survivor?
Oh, Survivor. I thought it was who would get caught first. My
Yeah,
fault.
no. So it'd be who gets caught first, and then who's the sole survivor.
Well, I want to be biased and say myself. Am I allowed to say myself?
Sir, picked off first or surviving?
Surviving. I think I would be the survivor, but I'm just biased. Like I feel like, of course, I would say that. I don't know. If I had to pick someone that wasn't me, though, I'd say Scotty. I feel like I don't know.
He'd be the final girl, right?
He'd be the final survivor, yeah, if I couldn't pick myself.
Who do you think is the first to go?
First to go, Landon.
Landon?
Yeah, definitely Landon. Yeah, I think Gideon would just kind of be in the middle. He'd be back there with some good ideas of like how to like what weapons to use and like he'd kind of be like behind the scenes leader. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'd be like dishing out all the good ideas, helping us survive and stuff. But we protect him because he's got good ideas. You know what I mean? So I don't think he'd be the first to go. But yeah,
All right.
can I give a quick shout out?
Yes.
Yeah, go for it, man.
I want to give a shout out to Fourth Rotted, which is a new band I've started up recently. It started off as a project. I didn't personally start it up, but I was invited into it to be a vocalist for it. Miguel from Sever the Week, I guess another shout out. He's the drummer for them. Very talented band, a very talented man. He's a very good drummer. He thought I'd be a good fit, and it started off as a project, and now we have about 4 or 5 songs going now, and it's all pretty much like hammered in and almost done. So it won't be too long before we start doing live shows, and so that's exciting. So it's on Instagram. I mean, you guys can give it a follow. Fourth Rotted. It's one word, but yeah. So I've been working on commissions and stuff, like going through people on Fiverr for art and stuff for that, and just kind of getting it all started because it's not. I mean, it's official, but it's not like we're out there quite yet fully. So that'd be cool to get some follows on that. So
Mhm.
yeah, I just want to give a quick shout out.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. All right, Corey.
Sure.
So you and the rest of the guys in Bleed Black are on tour. You're driving down the highway to the next city, and your van breaks down. It's getting dark out. You need to find a place to stay for the night. And you look up the road, and there's a abandoned house. So you guys are like, F it, we're gonna go stay in there for the night. You get in there, you're getting settled, and all of a sudden, a dead celebrity just appears out of the blue and they're staying there to haunt you guys all night. Who do you want to haunt you and why?
So I have thought about this question. I think you may have asked me it last time, and I changed my answer now. So I think it would be not the other person. I like the other person that I picked before, but uh, I don't know. Side note, ADHD side note. You're saying Betty White was a good answer. That is still a good answer, but I think I would go with I'd probably go with Lil Peep, dude. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I've just heard a lot of stories about Lil Peep. He seems like one of the nicest individuals that lived on this planet. Like he was almost too nice for his own good. I feel like nothing bad would happen. I feel like he'd like help us out with shit. You know what I mean? Drop a candy bar or something if we're starving. Like I feel like
Dude,
he'd just be a good dude. He wouldn't try to run us out of there. He'd just be kicking it with us.
that makes me think of Carmen and like, so for context, we used to party over here in particular a lot when I was still in college, and it would always be Mac Miller, Little Peep, Pearl Jam.
Back in the good days, yeah.
Who else did we listen to like way back in the day?
I think a lot of Juice World.
Yeah,
like anyone was back then. I actually have a Lil Peep tattoo, matching tattoo with Carmen. It's hard to see with the lighting, but the two hearts. One of them's matching with Carmen, so that's pretty cool.
That's huge.
It's the one under his eye. But yeah, those are the good old days, man. I don't know. We listened to a lot of stuff back then. Juice World, probably just the underground rap scene.
Yep, underground rap.
A lot of that. I still do.
Ghost Main, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, my friend has a tattoo of the ghost, like the old fashioned ghost. It's like dancing backwards,
Yeah.
My friend Ethan's got a tattoo in his arm of that, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
You know who's really cool? With that same sort of art style, there's a guy on Instagram. His name is Junkyard Art and stuff. He's on Instagram. Shout out him. He's really cool. I've bought some of his merchandise and stuff. I've talked to him here and there. He's based in California, but his artwork is really, really cool. So yeah, it's all like old fashioned cartoon stuff, kind of like Betty Boop sort of style. And I find that really badass, the black and white sort of style.
Dude, it's so funny you mentioned Betty Boop. For some reason, Betty Boop just keeps manifesting around me like all weekend. So I went and visited my girlfriend Friday, Saturday, came back today, and I met her mother this weekend, and her mom has like Betty Boop paraphernalia scattered throughout her house. And then I think we went to a family function. Her mom, her boyfriend invited us over for like a chili cook-off, and I'm like 80 to 90% sure I saw Betty Boop over there as well. And then now you're talking about Betty Boop. It's kind of weird.
That's been a huge thing in my life, dude. My grandma was obsessed with Betty Boop, dude. She had stuff all over, just like littered through her entire house of just Betty Boop. So I kind of grew up on that stuff. That old-fashioned cartoon style.
Jeez.
Some good stuff. That's funny, though. She's been popping up.
She's just been popping up, like, everywhere. It's kind of weird. Well, Corey, thank you so much for coming on the pod, man. I think that kind of wraps it up, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. That's good.
Sounds good. Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me. It's been fun. It's been a fun ride.
Oh, shit. Yep. Before we kind of let you go, do you just want to let the people know what you have going on, what you have coming up?
Yeah. So, I mean, Bleed Black, we're going to be recording some stuff here soon. We got that in the works. We got Fourth Rotted. That band's getting going, so we have songs being written for that. We have some recorded. We got to mix and master that. But we have those things going on. And, yeah, we probably won't be doing shows for just a little bit. We're going to be focusing on the writing aspect as far as me and Bleed Black goes. So lots of, hopefully, music releases coming out on Fourth Rotted and Bleed Black. So that's what's coming out as far as it goes with me. So yeah,
that's huge.
Awesome.
Huge. Well, all right, guys, that's a wrap, right?
Yeah.
All right, thanks for having me again, guys. I appreciate it. It's been fun.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us.